set to go then. Hello, hello. How are you? All right, so does it look a little different? See, look, you can see my hands. That's funny, isn't it? How are you doing? Hi. Alright, so tonight we are going to be doing the kit. So you either got the Wicked or a witch lives here with her little monsters. So I think we're actually going to be using this sign, but we'll see. Alright, so I put some new camera angles in. Oh, that's probably because it was starting. So, I thought we would try something new today. Hey Kim, yours is on the way. Don't worry, I'll be putting it on YouTube so you can always go back and watch it. So, is everybody doing okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to move the camera down. So I'm not on my Mevo. So let me tell you what happened to my Mevo. So I cleaned up my room today. And I had the camera kind of sitting out. And Bella came charging through and knocked the stand over with my Mevo on it. And the bonus piece that houses the battery and the ability to plug it into the URL, well, it broke. The Mevo itself is fine, but the little power pack is not so fine. So luckily I have a plan that covers that, so now I just have to wait for them to send me a new one. Yay! So that's okay, because I wanted to try out this new setup. So I am back on a webcam because I wanted to try out some new features. So you see I've got this camera up here, and then I have the one in front of me. So we're going to see how it is so that you can see my hands and what I'm doing. Okay, so let's check it out and see if we like it. Alright, so I'm going to move the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, let's see. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. The other cool thing is that I can zoom in and out. I think that looks good. Okay. Alright, let me move it back just a tad. Okay. There. I think we should be good now. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Alright. I think we're ready. Have I ever done a 3D football? No, but I do have one of those forms, so we'll have to try that soon. Yeah. Let's move that a little bit. Alright. So this is the form I'm going to be using, the orange one. I've already gotten a whole bunch of the mesh cut up, but we'll cut some. I have the ribbons cut here. And then this is what I have left over from what I cut. So I have this, that much, that much, that much, and a tiny little bit of this one. So we're going to make a bow with that. Alright. Let's move that out of the way. Bella, you want to come sit over here? Come here, girl. Come here, Bella. No? Okay. So I'm just going to cut it every 10 inches. Come here. She is just ignoring me. She's sacked out over there in the window. All right. So I just cut it every 10 inches for a total of 26 pieces. Ugh, I hate it when it does that. It does that when I push too hard. Okay. There. So this is basket weave mesh. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can do the poof method with this, but it is a little bit thinner, so you can kind of see through it a little bit. So I like to do the poof curl just because when you roll it, then, you know, it makes it denser, and of course you can't see through it as well. So see that versus that, right? So we're going to open our ties up and we'll get started. You did awesome. I love making football wreaths. As a matter of fact, I have one I have to make. It's one of those house divided ones, so we'll be doing that one soon. Okay, so I got all the ties open up. So I just roll it and then take about 5 inches on each end and place it down with that little piece at the bottom. That's so you can open it up. Oh, tell me it's not frozen. Is it frozen? I can't tell. Okay. No, it's fine. Okay. Or is it freezing? Okay. It's okay. Alright. So I just roll it up like that. Grab it on the sides. Doesn't have to be tight. Make sure that bottom's at the bottom, or that opening is at the bottom. Open the tie back up, put it down, and then close it off. I can't tell if it's my computer that's doing it or if it's the video itself. Okay, thing. Hey, Zora. Okay. Hopefully it's not freezing and it's just my computer. Don't you love 2 screens? Susan, I love 2 screens. I have worked most of my life with 2 screens. And it is awesome. Oh, good. It's just my computer. They're still working on my internet, so my upload speed is fine, but my download speed is terrible. So I can stream, but I just can't see it. So I can watch your comments, but that's pretty much it. Oh, good, good. That was going to worry me there for a minute. So you just keep rolling. We're going to go 1 time around on the bottom. We're going to go 2 times around on the top. You always want to open the tie back up, place it down. So you'll end up with 2 curls in every tie at the bottom. You'll end up with 4 at the top. So, yeah, can y'all believe what I did to my Mevo? I mean, seriously. Oh, that's what I get for cleaning up my craft room. That is just not cool, y'all. Just not cool. And don't forget, today is the last day to enter to win a wreath or a wreath kit. And if you had any trouble, go to my website, to my DIY page, and it's right there on the side, and you can enter right from there. I don't know why Facebook does that sometimes. They decide they don't like it. So, that's okay. I have it on my website. Oh, and I'm starting a new thing. I'm going to start Guest Designers Tuesdays. And my first one is going to be Laura from Laura Jean's Wreath Room. And she is going to be with me on my page on Tuesday. So make sure you watch for that. It's going to be fun. Can't wait to see what she makes. I'm not double streaming. I have to wait until they get my computer finished because I can't really see what I'm doing while I'm streaming, so I want to wait until that's all fixed. It's very hard to see what I'm doing. Okay, tell me what you mean. Is it too zoomed in? Let's see. Oh. Hold on. Let's move this way. There. Is that better? Let's see if that's better. Oh, Nick has Regina on, huh? Alright, let's see if you can see it now. Yeah, that should be a lot better. Okay. Sorry about that. I can't really see without looking at the camera setup. And I can't see comments when I'm doing that, so. Okay. So you just put those curls in and then poof out the middle. Just grab it. Curl it. Have that opening on the bottom. Open the tie. And put it down. And you're doing about 5 inches on each side for the curl. So then you essentially have about a 10-inch poof in the middle. Okay. I think I'm going to use the little witch's sign. Good, good. I'm glad that's much better. Okay. Let's put this over here so we can see. There we go. So this is our last one on the bottom. And then we'll go to the top. Now, of course, you could also do this just using the poof method. So, there we go. Let's see if I zoom this a little bit if that's better. Let's see. Let's zoom it out a little bit. There. There, I think that might make it a little better. Okay. So now we're going to go to the top. So let's open the top ties up. Here we go. Like that. Okay. Hi, Rose. Thank you, Renee. Okay. So just put it down. Like this. And pull that poof out. There we go. Alright. Yes, if you would like to know when I'm going live, put live in the comments. In the comments. Okay, that was funny. In the comments. And when it comes up, make sure to type live in it so it will subscribe you to the list. Oh, and let me tell you. So now that I've been working on building the list up, the comments get very clogged. So if you send me a comment and I don't see it, email me. It's Lori@hardworkingmom.com, because when we send out an alert, then it shoots 1,500 messages into my messenger, and it's very hard to see new messages. So if I'm not answering you, that's why. It's not that I'm ignoring you or not answering you, it's that I can't see it. So make sure, if that's happening, that you email me. Because I see those. They pop up on my phone. So. Okay. All right. Look at that, Mari, always on it. Oh, I'm so glad you like the overhead dolly. I had fun figuring out where I was going to put it. My husband and my boys came in here looking at me like I was crazy. I had things on the ceiling and the huge ladder in here. I like to put things up. It was fun. Hi, Coral. So, nope, the whole thing is the poof curl. So you just cut it at 10 inches and then you roll it up. You put 5 inches on one side, 5 inches on the other side in another tie, And then you pull out the center and make a poof. You see, it makes a really nice full wreath. And, you know, sometimes you can get away with doing just 2 rolls. I mean 2 layers, but a lot of times you really do have to do that second layer on the top because you have spaces in between. However, I can tell you that my supplier, who I learned this from, they don't put another layer in the center. They just do the 2. So it can be done for sure. Well, I say that. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, but good night, honey. Come here. You want to come see what I was doing earlier? You want to see? Come here. Look. You got to come around here.
Why, are you on live?
Yeah, but come around here. Look. Can I only take a second? Yeah, don't trip over my big wire. Look. See, isn't that cool? See, there it is.
All right, good night.
Good night, honey. See, they can't even see it because it's on my hands. All right. So let's see. This is where we are. Oh, looks like we are ready to start our second layer on the top. How about it? So, once you get the bottom and the top done, so you can see there's still a little bit of space down here in between. So, what we do is we put another layer on. Hey, Mary. Make sure you can still see. Okay. So, you just curl it up. Doesn't have to be real tight. And you just want an equal amount on each side. I mean, I don't measure mine. If you feel like you need to measure it, then by all means measure it. And you just open the top tie up. Put it right on top of that one you just put down. Kind of move the poof down. And then put this one on top. And then when you open it, it's more in the center. And then it's like you have 3 layers. So, and it covers up that center from being a problem. And these comments do not like to stay up. Well, I'll tell you something, Martha. So most places get their mesh from Craig Bachman, and that's who makes the best mesh. So Craft Outlet carries that. Trendy Tree carries it. The Wreath Shop carries it. Deco Exchange carries it. So you're pretty much getting the same mesh as long as you're ordering from one of them. I carry it as well. That's where mine comes from as well. So, we might have to cut a couple more of these. Can you zigzag it? Sure, you can. Like you do when you're doing the poof. No rules. There's no rules. No one says you can't do it. If you come up with an idea, by all means, try it. Don't be afraid to try it. And don't waste your time redoing wreaths. Because for every wreath, there is someone who will like it. Yeah, me too, Zora. They have the best stuff, by far. Okay, let's see. So we did this one. Okay, we gotta do this one. Don't really want to live in the Chicago area, but I would like to go up there and actually go in there someday. You know, going in somewhere is so different than shopping online. You know? Okay, so we're doing this one. I want to go to the Dallas market. Because I think that would be fun. I want to go with Trendy Tree so I can see all the stuff they order. Haha. Wouldn't you like to do that? Wouldn't that be fun? I'm hoping next year I can go. This year I couldn't go because it was right after the Wreath Makers Live and I had to get home. So it just was not in the cards for me this year. But next year, I'm going. Okay. Because that's just fun. Can you imagine being in one of those marketplaces with just like an entire room of ribbon? Oh, I mean, oh, wouldn't that just be like dream-worthy? I would just like to do that. Let's see, did we get them all? I think we did. Okay. So I just kind of go around and make sure my poofs are good. It looks like we need one more. So let's cut one. I knew it seemed like we were missing one. So when you're doing this, you end up cutting about 26 because you have 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. You do 8 on the top twice. So where was that one? No, wait. Right here. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. But you see, if you have mesh that's not very thick and you can kind of see through it a little bit, this is the perfect method to use with it because you're curling it and you're kind of stacking it on top of each other, it really makes it to where you can't see through it. It takes that sheer part away. So it's just a really good way to do it. All right. So now, see if I can get these comments to go back down. There we go. Me too, right? My dad's doing okay. He's had a pretty good week. Of course, we haven't packed the boxes yet. Alright, so these are the ribbons. And so I cut them at 14 inches. I'm just going to find the center. do my little fold over and then put them in. And then I'll tie it off 3 times and stretch it out like that. Now, you know, if you ever want to conserve your ribbon, then cut them at 12 inches. And don't do the 14, do 12. Because there's no reason why you can't do 12. It looks awesome as well. And if you're conserving your ribbon, then that's what you want to do. Okay? There we go. Okay. Hi, Kim. Bella is in the window. Bella, come here, girl. Bella. Let's see if we can get her over here. Bella, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Just don't knock over my camera. Come on. Good girl. That's a good girl. All right, there she is. There's the baby. So now she's behind me. Okay. So I just keep folding in half, pinching the center, and just kind of curl it under. You're okay, baby. Okay, and then put it down. I love this mesh. I just love the colors. And I love basket weave. Do you guys like basket weave? Huh. I don't know why that was that way. Sometimes the scheduled ones can be kind of a pain. But it's just easier so I can, when I send my link, then you have a link to go to where it will be. Because sometimes people have trouble finding it. So, you absolutely can put ribbon in every other tie. No rules. There's no rules in wreath making. You know what the best part is? That you get to decide how you want it to look. Right, Laura? I do too. I love the basket weave. And don't be afraid to try stuff. Just try it. And yank on those ribbons so they'll behave and go where you want them to. Because sometimes they're like children. They don't want to behave. Hey, Cheryl. How are you tonight? How was Friday night? I didn't get to ask yet. Okay. Yeah, no rules. Yes, don't touch the hot glue. Absolutely, I agree. That is definitely a rule. That hurts. Don't hurt yourself. That should just be the general rule. Make a wreath, have fun. Don't get hurt. Did you have a good time? Awesome. There we go. So we got the bottom done. Now we can do the top. So same thing. Find the center. Put it down. This time, I'm going to stretch it out like this. And I'm going to really curl it under so it'll lay right. Yep, I have learned the hard way too. And my Mr. Glue Gun is hot. I mean to tell you, that thing is hot. So, it's not a good way to learn. Okay. There we go. See if we can get these comments to go down. I don't know why they won't scroll. There we go. Okay. It just likes to be ordinary some days. Okay. I have two, and that hurts so bad when you do that. One time I got my leg. I was sitting and working on something, and I nabbed my leg. I put a hole in my leg. It was terrible. It was terrible. So, it happens. It's not good, but it does happen. There we go. Okay. Me too. I love Halloween mostly because I love the colors. And my kids love to stand and give out candy, so you know, they're over the whole trick-or-treating thing, but they love to give out candy and see all the cute little kids in the neighborhood, and it's just fun. You did, I know Sam's has theirs out. I got some. I've heard mixed reviews on the Costco ribbon, so I haven't tried it. And I think stores get different things, because I know I went to Sam's when I was in Alabama, and they had a couple of ones that were different than the ones they have in my store. Just keep checking, Laura. They'll get them. So where's Mari? Did she have a problem? She must have had a problem, because I'm noticing that she has disappeared. Yeah, since I hit 100,000 on my page, there's all these new restrictions on accessing my page. because I'm now considered an influencer, so there's all these additional steps you have to take. It's good and bad. So, which, don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. It's a pretty awesome thing. But can make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, so we got our ribbon in. So let's grab these. Alright, so we're going to pull out the Provo. I thought maybe since we had the overhead view, we could see it a little better. Oh, now I see she sent me a message. Well, that's not good. All right. So, we're going to cut a couple pieces of wire, about 20 inches. It's so hard because I can't see what I'm doing. I can see the comments though. It's kind of an either or thing. I can either see what I'm doing or I can see the comments. Okay. So let's do row C. Did I put those upside down? No, I think they're the same. Okay. Okay. Got that part. All right. So, oh, I got one of these. All right, so what we're going to do, this is the only one I have on a roll. So I am going to put this one on the roll, and these, I'm just going to pull it out. So let's see, what do we want to do in the center? Let's do the purple, because I don't have a ton of that. Okay, so I'm going to make it out to the sea. I don't keep dropping my wire. Okay, let me make sure that the overhead, let's spread that out a little. Maybe we'll put it over here and spread it out a tad. There. Okay, I think that makes it a little better. Alright, so you take this piece, you take your wire, you fold it over, and you're essentially just tying it on. So you're just tying your wire around that ribbon. Then you want to go to this middle peg, and you want to go somewhere in the center, and you're tying it on the top around this finger, they call it, and you tie it around the little screw at the bottom, and then stick it underneath. You're just putting it out of the way. So all that does is it loads your ribbon on, and then you can, let's dovetail it. Well, let's get our good scissors. Let me get back over here to comments. Okay. So you want to just fold over, cut away from you to get that nice little dovetail. Okay. I like to do the center peg. I'm not sure if we'll have more than that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we do. Okay. So the second wire, what did I do with the second? Oh, here it is. you want to find the center, okay? And all you're doing is taking this wire, you're running it behind that first ribbon, and you're pulling it around to the back. So see, this is the finger, and this wire is in between the ribbon and the finger. And what that does, when you load it on, is it makes it hands-free, okay? So then, you can go up around the next one, come back to the center, pinch it, twist it, around the next one, back to the center, pinch it, twist it, and then you tie it again, okay? And it makes it hands-free. So if you keep one up and one down, it just makes it easier to put around the ribbons. Okay. Then we can trim that off. I just put it out of the way. It's just easier if you put this out of the way. So let's do this one next. Okay, so this is the Pro Bow, the hand, and you can get it from Amazon, or you could get it from probowthehand.com. So then when we go to our next one, we put that ribbon up and down, and it loads it on. And then you can fold your ribbon over and cut it at an angle. So if you haven't noticed, this up here is the top of the bow, this is the back. So when you load your ribbon on, you want the pretty side to be up here. And then you come, pinch, twist, go around the next one, come back, pinch, twist. So let's see, let's do, yeah, okay, we're just going to do that much. And then I'm going to put the ribbon, I'm going to put the wire up and down again to hold this together. And then I trim it, put it out of the way. Alright, so then we're going to go on to the next ribbon, which is our black. And so I'm making the tails the length of the board from the center. There we go. Okay. Like a little dovetail, push it out of the way. So go around that first peg, come back to the center, pinch it. So you're always pinching and twisting because you have to get that pattern back up. Okay? Pinch, twist. So we're going to do 2 with this one because the black will help stand out. So pinch, twist. Go around this one, back to the center, pinch, twist. And then you get to use that handy wire again to load it on while you trim off the edge. See, and we have about that much left. There's about this much left of this one. Okay, and this is going to be our last one. So, pinch it to load it on. Whoop. Okay. Get it out of the way. This little wire's being difficult. There we go. I'll just twist it one time. There we go. So go around that first one, come back, pinch it, twist it, go around the second one, back to the center. And when I'm pinching it, I just kind of gather it up so it's kind of nice and neat. And then go around that one. Come back to the center. Gather it up. And you always want to hold it unless you're going to use that wire. Now you can use that wire in between each one if it's hard for you to hold the ribbon. And of course that's what Regina created it for, because she was having trouble holding it, so which works out brilliant for all of us. And there we go. So we got our bow. Get that out of the way. Okay. Alright. And then all you have to do is take this top wire and undo it. Now remember, that's way back at the beginning. Pull the one at the bottom out. And I like to pull it real tight and twist it off one time. One good time. Like that. And you can stick your hands under here and flip it out. Okay. And we don't need that anymore. And see, there's quite a bit left of the black and white. Okay, let's move all that. All right. Now we could kind of push that back up a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, so this is my fluff box, just a heavy box. It has a screw in the center and a nail at the end. So what I like to do is I like to take these wires, the 4 wires, and kind of divide them in 2, and then I push really hard against that bow and tighten it, because I don't want that to come loose after we did all that work on it. Then you can just hook it in, tie it around there. Alright, so when you're doing these, you always want to start at the bottom and stretch them out. Twist any of the little pieces that are not going in the right direction. Okay. So I'm just pulling them in opposite directions so that we can get a good spread. Okay. So this is our center piece here. Purple. And then once I get it spread out, let's put this over here. Then I just go in, stick my fingers in, and fluff it up. There we go. We could switch these two. There. I like that. There we go. Perfect. And you can spread out your tails. There. Let me just take it back off. Listen, you can do this. I know it looks a little intimidating, but it's really not nearly as bad as it looks. Once you get the wires figured out, the rest of it's easy. Okay, let me move this back just a tad. Okay. Now we got it. So what I want to do is I want to take the sign, and I'm going to put the sign on one side, and I'm going to put the bow right up here. Like that. So you actually have enough to do a couple of small bows if you wanted to. But let's see. So we just take the wire, spread it out. And when you want your bow to stand out on your wreath, don't go where a tie is. Go like where, in the middle, where a tie would be. You could actually put the wires through the mesh or around the mesh, either way. But if you do it this way, then it, well, maybe we'll use the wicked, because guess what? I just knocked it off my table. Yes, of course I did. I just tie it on the bottom around that first wire. There we go. Alright, then you just want to kind of refluff, make sure your tails are going where you want them to go. Remember, you can pull and curl to make them go like you want them to, so they don't stick out. That. There we go. Alright. So let's grab this other sign since I knocked that one off the table. Okay. So it doesn't matter. It's pretty much the same kit. It's just whatever sign you got. So this sign comes with little holes already in it. So I will just, and I'm using this silver wire because it's so thin and it's hard to see. Okay. I'm going to put it in the four corners. There we go. All right. So what I'll do is I will run it through this hole, and then I'm going to tie it on. Yeah, the adhesive mounts are great. Just make sure you use something to make sure they stay. So I'm just putting the wire on in the corners. Bye, Bella. There we go. Hopefully the overhead view makes it a little bit easier to see. Okay. All right. So then we just want to take it and take the wire, just run it down to the base and tie it on. Like that. You don't want to squash it. You just want to get it on there well. So same thing with this one. I love this sign. There we go. I'm gonna run it through here. Get it tied on. That's right, better late than never. Are y'all handing out too many drinks again? Alright. Last one. I'm just tying it on that top wire of the frame. There we go. We got it. Alright. There. Let's see. Yep, it's not coming off. It made it through the shake test. Awesome. So then you could take this extra wire if you wanted to and just do some little curls, maybe like 3 inches or so. Or you could keep it. You could actually cut it at an angle. Just for a little something extra. So let's see, what am I cutting this at? About 16 inches. So you could probably get, well, let's just cut this in half. What is it? It's about 15 inches. So that'll work. So then we can get 2. So about right there. Cut it at an angle. That way we can use up what's left of our ribbon. There we go. All right. Or of course you could save it for another project. We're going to be doing a couple projects with extra ribbon very soon. Oh, let's put it here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's probably because of the colors. Let's just cut this in half. Okay. There we go. All right. I think that's it. I like it. Let's put this last little one in. Yep, I have a new camera set up because we had a little Mevo incident today. And I wanted to try this out anyway, so. Okay. Thank you. I like how it turned out. Okay, now if y'all make this, you have to send me a picture because I have to see what it looks like. So if you want the bow to stand out a little bit more, what you can do is put the black towards the back so that the rest of it kind of pops off of it. Because this is the black and white, it can be a little bit harder to see. So that's kind of the best thing to do. So, all right. Well, we did it. Okay, let me. All right, let me see if I can pull this up on my phone so I can see. All right. I'm getting all these messages. Okay. There it is. Let's turn the sound down. All right. So, does anybody have any questions? Hi, Bella. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. I like how it turned out. You could take this and make one of those too. I like to make these. They're just kind of a little bit something more. So if you did the, if you got the other sign, one thing you could do that's really cute is to use paw print ribbon, and you can also put little eyeballs on it. That looks really, really cute. So, oh, thank you. Oh, let me show you. So Mari fussed at me because I jumped off before I finished this one, so I thought I would show it to you. So this is the one with the lavender, and that's how it turned out. And it took about 4 bushes to do this one. So I think it turned out really good. And this is the back. So see the back. See, this is actually kind of like a straw. It has moss on it. But I think it turned out really cute. Yep, I sure will. Okay. So that's the lavender one that I finished last night. Alright, let me hold this up so you can see it. Let's see. Let me pull the camera back up. Alright, there we go. So I think that's the only bad thing about this setup is I have to get up and pull the camera up. That part kind of stinks. So there it is. All completed. So I think it turned out really good. See, it's nice and full. So what you could do with these little pieces that are left is just curl them with your finger and just kind of tuck them under, and then you won't be able to see them. So I see you can see from above. And that's it. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so make sure to watch. I've got some exciting things and announcements coming up soon. And tomorrow, the winner for the wreath will be picked. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?